Hey good people, Batavia here. Welcome to my Chicago backyard garden. A different view than I normally share. So we're going to do a really quick video today. In about 5 minutes, I want to cover everything that's growing in the backyard garden. We won't dig into the normal details that we do. If you're interested in the what's, the whys, the hows, the timing of it all, the successes, the failures, that's on the channel. I share that throughout my garden tours, throughout the other videos that are on the channel under Be Better Garden. So feel free to dig into those. Today, we're just going to talk about the what. Let's dig in. Okie doke, so starting on the right side, I have the last planting of green beans for the season. 3 varieties of bush beans went into the black green stalk just over a week ago. I have along the wooden fence line Bonnie's Best tomato, which would ripen to red, but I'm going to harvest those tomatoes as green tomatoes. Super excited about that. Next to it is my container bench. It's done so well this year. I have 7-gallon grow bags sitting on top of it. It's simply plywood that I've spray painted black just for aesthetics, and it's sitting on top of milk crates. My favorite way to grow peppers has to be in 4 and 5-gallon buckets. These are the buckets that I get from the kind folks at bakeries at my local grocery store. Next up, I have the Vego garden bed, which it's about 32 inches tall, one of the easier beds to work in based on its height. On either end, we have a bell pepper plant in the center, 2 eggplants, a couple of other things tucked in, including some sweet onions that are on the edge of the bed and about ready to be harvested. The patio has actually 4 separate raised beds, but they're kind of butted up against each other to make these 2 long rows of beds. On the right side, that's covered the first bed we planted back in the spring. The brassicas are still underneath the cover, being protected from the cabbage butterfly. We're going to harvest the cabbage. I also have some beets tucked in it's about time to pull those. And then I'm going to give the kale and the chard a big haircut. That should open up about 1.5 of those beds, which will be perfect timing for my fall plantings. In the center, I have sweet corn, followed by white potatoes, followed by cucumbers, and then we have more white potatoes that are starting to die back. 10-gallon grow bag sitting in front of that set of beds with peppers, and then 1 more planting of potatoes, or 1 more of many planting of potatoes. Our green stalks are loaded down, everything from peppers, basil, thyme, any number of other herbs, flowers, potatoes, kale. We have some green beans in here that are doing so well. On either side of the garage door, I have a container that's holding 1 squash plant. It's a yellow summer patty pan-like squash on the left, and then on the right is a typical zucchini plant. It's doing really well and producing every day. In front of the cage baby, I have my first sowing of the year of carrots, and it's about time that I do my test pool. Super small space, about 2 feet by 4 feet, but it's really producing quite a few carrots. The cage baby includes a number of different things this season, starting off on the far end with onions. That bed is going to be harvested, and then I'll use that for my fall plantings. Next up, my favorite tomato to grow, pineapple. Then I have a green stalk that has some interesting things, namely sweet potatoes that are growing. My main planting of sweet potatoes is in the center, and then I have some pole beans, followed by the first time growing black strawberry as a cherry tomato. My beloved collard greens are covered and have been growing so well. And then I have 1 empty green stalk that I'll be direct seeding and sowing for kale for fall. If I go along the banister for the deck, we have a series of 20-gallon grow bags, Roma tomato plant, followed by a Clemson okra plant, sweet corn again. You can see it is climbing up, along with a couple of bags of potatoes. That should do it. That's the backyard garden in rapid fire style. Again, if you're interested in more detail, feel free to check me out at Be Better Garden on YouTube and we can talk more about the front yard garden, the backyard garden, all of my fall plans, all of the growings and things. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I hope you and your garden are doing well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Okay, doke, so I came back outside. This is the first ear of the season that I harvested. I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, wrapped in a paper towel that I dampened just a little bit. And this is it. I haven't put any butter or anything on it. Yes, indeed. It was hot, but I'm gonna check a few other ears. All right, that's what I got.